Get ready for a good show today. Get ready for an excellent show. We got some mess going on here. Oh, a whole lot of stuff going on. I don't know what the heck going to happen here with our president, but I guess he's our president. I don't know. That rascal might be somebody else's president. Shoot. All right, Ted.
Have you ever had a dog chase your car? Dogs and cats. Dogs and dogs and dogs. And cars.
Welcome to the TED Ed Podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Now, hey, we're back, people. Oh, now, have any of you all had days and nights when you just had so much going on that you could not sleep? You had to wake up at all hours of the night. Well, your boy has been waking up all night. I can't get no sleep. So if I fall asleep here on the telecast, you guys will know why and everything. I'm tired. My eyes barely able to stay open. All right, Tim. What you got, man? I'm waiting on you. I will let you handle most of the show.
I want to talk about autos. You know, all the stuff, we have all of these different foreign countries that are come here and they build autos, have their companies here, and they get all kinds of foreign cars here. And we have 3 dealerships, 3 car makers, and basically the whole total employment for the auto dealership is a little bit more than 1 million people. 1,070,000 to be exact. And the thing is that it generates for our economy $1 trillion. However, when you talk about, there's about 291 million cars in this country, and, that's registered. The thing is that those cars, you have to have certain things. You got to have insurance with them. You got to register them and maintenance. Plus, if you have a loan on it, or even lease them, you're making a car note. Well, all those things generate money too, especially that interest rate. And one of the things that brings up our GDP is sectors like the auto industry, because that's classified as manufacturing. Well, I just told you that the manufacturing and the support system, all of them don't work in manufacturing. You got about 300,000 or maybe 400,000 people support systems, designers and people that do all kind of other things besides manufacturing the car. You know, the administrators, the bookkeepers, and all that. However, you have to think on this point. The people that's making the money off those cars, because if you buy a car for 40,000 and you use the interest rate on it for 7 years, and that car costs you $50,000, that car gonna cost you $70,000 just on the interest by the time you get through paying for it, or thereabouts. You know, depending on the interest, what you get. And if your credit score is in the 700s, you probably get a little bit lower, and if it's higher than that, you'll get a little bit lower. But if your credit score is 600 or worse, your interest rate gonna be sky high. So you paying for that car. So now you got a lot of people that has 2-car family and they paying car notes on that. And what that does, it generates money for the banks because they're constantly receiving that money, and you're paying just on the principal, or you're paying on the interest first, most of that on that car. So all of this money income for them till you get to the principal. So now, right now, what's going on is that they want more people to buy cars. They want more people to buy homes. The interest rate's now going down. Now, what is the reason why the interest rate is going down? The reason why is because 47 is calling them out. The interest rate is too high. So it's going down. Today it stayed the same, but they've already predicted tentatively that the interest rate is going to go down, at least a full basis point, which is a lot, but he's going to do it in increments. You know, he might do next month, he might do a quarter, and next month he might do another quarter, and then next month he might do 2, he might do 0.5. So, and what that's going to do is going to generate more housing. Housing right now, building housing is very low. And the reason why they want that is because enough money is not generating in the economy, in the housing market. Now, the reason why I brought this up is that we were trying to, at least the government, the prior government administration, was trying to get people off of gasoline. They wanted electric cars, and that was the big movement. Well, that's okay, you know, that's a good move, but you still got to pay car notes, and those things are much more expensive, at least 20, 30, 40% more expensive. And the trade-in value might not be as high. At least that's what they're saying. And the value of the car might not be the same value because of the fact that it'll be going down so low because of the electric car. Well, the thing is that when you are purchasing a car nowadays, you know, you're doing it because you want to get back and forth to work. You want to have a little freedom when you want to get in the car and go out and that kind of thing. And most parents, both parents work. The thing is, I'm saying this for this. Why do you need 2 cars? That's an expense that you should not even have, in my opinion. Because number one, people don't get it. you should be having mass transportation. If you only work 5 miles, 10 miles from work, you should have mass transportation. I mean, calculate how many hours do you drive in that car a week? And I can almost guarantee you, you probably don't go nowhere in those cars. I know when I was a two-car family holder, I hardly drove my car. I only went to the store and I only worked 3 miles, less than 4 miles away from where I lived. It don't even make no sense. You making 2 car notes and you don't even need a car. But most people in these suburbs and what have you, mass transportation is horrible. Now your tax dollars is what you put into the system, and that means that you should be requesting better bus service. Well, they got Uber now. You can use Uber and you can use Light and all that kind of stuff. But that's another reason why they got these little, pickup car things going on, because they do not want to put that mass transportation in, because that's one of our sectors to keep the money flowing into the banks. And now, right now, the banks are going up. Their shares, their stock is going up because they know that this is what's going to happen. Everything else is going down. So it's a game. Okay, let me switch gears here. I want to talk about the dogs. I used to own a dog, and and when I grew up, I had a dog. However, the first dog I had, we hardly spent any money on him, because that's the way we rode. I never took the dog to the doctor and all that. The second dog I had when I was an adult, we had to take the dog to the vet. We had to get the dog cleaned up, take him to the grooming place and all that. By the time you finish, you're going to spend about $1,700 a year on that dog. The total price of these people keeping pets with food, medical, and grooming is spent $150 billion for pets. $150 billion for pets. That's pretty much close. That's half of what is given into donations from the churches across this country. I think something like 300 to 400 million, maybe a little bit more. But the point is that I think a lot of people, some people own 2, 3, or 4 pets. But yet still, we got homeless running around here over a million. We got foster care children over 500,000. We got kids that don't have any place to go as far as their after school. But we can spend over $150 billion on pets. Maybe it's fashionable, it's fashionable to have a dog now. I don't know what the deal is, but this to me is unseemly. And I'm not knocking pet owners. There are people that love dogs and they rather have a dog around them than people. But some people just have a dog just to have a pet, because you go to work all day, you don't spend no time with that dog. That dog is in the house or in your patio or in your yard all day. And you live in the inner city. You ain't in the country. It's a waste of expense. Especially, you don't spend no time with the dog. The dog needs to be paid attention to. You gotta pay attention to that dog. You can't just pay attention to him 2, 3 hours a week, or less. Now, if you got the dog for protection and you're a single person and you want that dog, for your protection, okay, I can understand that too. But we got people running around with dogs in their pocketbooks. 2 dogs or whatever in their pocketbook. Is that a fashion statement or what? So all I'm saying is, to me, and I'm not talking about all of the people that really love dogs, but to me, people, we're spending $150 billion for pets. That's all I got.
Talk about our feline friends. Well, not feline. Shell, what do you call a dog? I don't know. Feline's a cat. I'm sorry. Anyway, I saw something the other day. I really didn't look at it. I just saw what was going on. And for this past week, last week, at the end of last week, and around Thursday, our Democrats who we've been fighting for and going to the bat with and throwing our money after them and begging and pleading and stuff to get us back to where we need to be. And we find out that our majority leader minority leader in the Senate just capitulated and gave up and tooted his behind up and just let the Republicans just do what they want to do with it. Well, yesterday, after he had told everybody on Monday that he wasn't going, he had a book tour lined up. He said he wasn't going to go to the book tour because he didn't want all those people running around there harassing him because they thought he was a weak leader. Well, I just can't get over how our Democratic Party and the folks and stuff who are supposed to be the leader of our party they just can't falling into a hole and not really being what I would call a party that I would follow and stuff for a while. I don't know. I'm just sick of them. Anyway, Mr. Schumer decided since he can't get out there to his book tour, he was going to find him some friendly surroundings. Guess where he decided to go? And I said, oh my goodness, why would he do this? Well, first of all, where he went to, they had to be friendly to him because his Jewish friends on the station, SABC, and he went on The View.
Wrong place, bro.
He shows his tail up on The View. Now I don't know what happened. I didn't look at it. I didn't see it. All I can do was just shake my head and just wonder and stuff. Was Whoopi there and was my girlfriend there too, and what they had to say to him. And I'm pretty sure they probably had to tone it down because they may lose their paycheck if they decided to really dog him out real bad. Because as everybody know, ABC is owned by the Jewish folks. But I can't believe that this man still considers himself a leader after he did what he did. And his thing is, and he keeps saying it, I don't want to be blamed for a shutdown. Trump's going to do what he going to destroy the government if we have a shutdown. Well, right after that, they signed the stuff. He went back out and cut some more people. He took 2 people off the Federal Trade Commission and fired them. So how much more damage can he do if he shut down the country? That that crap that he's talking doesn't make any sense at all. So I'm hoping that these folks out here who's in opposition don't fall for this okey doke. Because that's what it is. There's some okey doke. This man is sitting around there covering his behind up, knowing damn well that he gave it up and didn't care about fighting for nobody because he's a weak leader. I mean, absolutely weak. He has no idea what the heck he's doing. And the only time when he became a majority leader, it took a woman to help bring him through. Because in 2017, we got a shutdown, and girlfriend Nancy carried him on through. Said, boy, get on my back and ride with me because I'm going to take you through this shutdown here, 45 days of it. They sat down there in Trump's office and told him what they were going to do, and that's what he did. And then, after all that mess that my boy Hakeem did, well, what do you think about Schumer on the news thing? Is he the good leader? And what he said was next question. So
Right.
automatically you figure, oh man, Hakeem is getting some oomph inside of himself and everything. He getting ready. Well, right after he went on the View, they did an interview with Hakeem again and asked him, so what do you think about Schumer? Because they asked him some more questions about what the heck he did. Does he need to lose his leadership position? And Hakeem capitulated just like all the rest of them did. Well, I can't say anything bad about him being a leader. I don't know what the heck he said, but he gave it up. I mean, he just acted like himself again, his weak self, instead of telling the truth. So I have no idea what's going to happen here because we got 3 elections getting ready to come up. If I'm sitting down there and I want the Democrats to become the majority in the House, and I see what the heck they're doing up there on Capitol Hill, that they are not fighting, they're not doing anything at all. They're letting this man do what the heck he want to do. I'm wondering, is this crap worth it? I don't know. Hell, if a Democrat go and a Republican go.
What do you hold? What do you mean? If this crap is worth it, what are you talking about?
I'm saying, is this election and stuff worth going out and spending my money? Because they calling me up, they sending me a text every day. Say, hey, we need some cash because this is touch and go here. We need to get the majority. Well, do we need the majority? If you're gonna follow the Republicans, why would we need the majority? If you're gonna follow them,
Listen, let me just intervene right quick.
Go ahead,
The
Ted. I know you
little
had something to
bit
say.
of
Go
the
ahead.
little
But that's my
bit-
feelings. Go ahead. I'll let you talk.
I just want to say this. You know, you're a history buff. You know all the little ups and downs and ebbs and flows of politics. Now, this right here is something different. Ain't no question. However, and when I was listening to the news yesterday, and they were saying the Democrats is 27% favorable, and even Congress is even lower than that. However, here's the thing. When they got a saying, FAFO. F around and find out. The question is that those people right now, see, I listen to TikTok at least 30 minutes a day. I go on there and check and see if there's any good conversation, what people are saying. And I'm hearing a lot of Republicans coming on there. Now, whether this is true or not, I don't know if they're really Republicans or not. Could be all the acting paid for. But there's a lot of Republicans is hurting out there because they have stopped a lot of this funding. And they haven't even cut the food stamps yet. So there's a lot of people right now is hurting because the flow of money was going to all of these NGOs. And like I said, that is another sector within itself. It gets grant money from corporations, it gets donations, and also it gets money from the government, a lot of these NGOs. And they employ 10 million people, just as many people that are employed for the auto industry. 10 million people. So that right there is a sector within itself, and it generates over $2 trillion. But that money has to flow from the government too, because that's studied every month they get a check. So I'm saying that once these people start feeling the pain, because it's only been 2 months now, but once they really start feeling that pain, they're gonna say, hey, this ain't working. What he promised, what he say, he giving that little toot talking about, oh, it's gonna hurt a little bit, but it's gonna get better. How's it gonna get better, bro? When you got NGOs out there, nonprofit organizations that need donations, that need grants, and need funding. How's that gonna make that better? How's that gonna make that better when they right now, they are laying off people right now in these corporations? So that means no more buying new cars, no more buying houses. So when they start feeling that pain, and then they done effed around and found out that they ain't for you. That's the way I look at it.
So
They are not for you.
I'm still trying to figure out what does that have to do with the election of that's coming up. These 3 seats that's coming open that could turn the.
Oh, that's politics. I don't know nothing about that.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That was my thing. That's what I was talking about. Politics. My thing, my little section of time. I was talking about politics and how that stuff relates to these weak sisters out there trying to act like they are some strong leaders, and I don't see no strong leaders out there yet. Well, there might be some there, but they're holding them back. Because I think there are women out there can do a heck of a lot better job than these daggone Democratic men. That's my point. Okay, next thing. I haven't been looking at really at the Palestinians. I really haven't. I really have been
It's
putting
horrible.
putting them boys on the back burner. I keep putting them out there on the back burner. Inside of my mind, I say, well, there's more important things that's going on out there. So I keep sticking them back there. Well, I'm going to push them on back there. And they sat down there just like my weak sisters and stuff did over there in Democratic leadership and capitulated and voted for that man to be the president. Well, I have to think that these folks, them Palestinians and stuff, they here in this country anyway, gave it up. And Ted, I am I am mortified to see that these folks and stuff over there are just in the name of whoever they think, Hamas or whatever, bombing and killing all these fuckers. They are getting ready to have genocide. I mean, a complete genocide there, those people there in Gaza.
Didn't BB say that he's going to keep on bombing?
Yep. And it has gotten so bad that, and we got to stop listening at our media folks around here and everything, because they're not giving the American people all the news. And because these billionaires and stuff own these news agencies, a lot of things and stuff that the American people need to know about, they are not knowing about it. They're not saying anything about it. It's not being spoken about. It's not being talked about. It's not even in their preview and stuff. So anytime I come up now and I look at, because I have a link for the Washington Post, the New York Times, Los Angeles Times, all the big newspapers. I don't deal with Chicago Tribune and the Chicago Sun Times or the Tampa Bay Tribune, because I don't know what they're saying out there. But I do know that the folks that I do listen to are not even paying lip service to anything that's going on over there in that Middle East and why people are doing what the heck they're doing. But the Jewish people, the Israel people and stuff, are out in the streets, and we're not seeing a whole thing about it because they realize what the hell is happening. Old Benny is bombing these folks and creating genocide just so he can stay in power. He knows that if he doesn't keep this war going, if he doesn't keep all this stuff going, he could be going to jail. So he's throwing up all these things about we taking care of the Israel people and we're going to continue to go ahead on with this stuff. And he is taking the light off of this himself, and he's destroying a whole nation because he wants to stay in power. Now, most of the folks out there are looking at this, and Trump, our president, he's going along with all this mess, destroy these people because he wants to have himself and his billionaire a Riviera. He wants to take over that whole coastline and stuff and put hotels out there so his billionaire friend can come out there and lay up there on the beach and have a good old time. And it's a horrible shame that you want to destroy a whole society of people just so you and your friend can get out there on the beach, play golf, and have a good time. There's no way in the world I can sit there up there and lay out on the beach and stuff knowing that some people's bodies have been buried and stuff right there so I can have sun on my face and walk around with a cigar in my mouth
And the cocktail.
and the cocktail, and knowing that this land was got to a whole destruction of a whole society of people.
That is horrible.
That is wrong. And everybody looking at this thing with Yemen and Hoffa and Hotha, whatever them people is, Hoffa and they and the, these folks over there, Ted, in that Middle East, they're frustrated with what the heck going on. They see what the heck is happening. That really Hamas, they're not even there, man. They are non-entity there in the Gaza. They done destroyed them folks. So, and you still going over there and bombing these people. So all of a sudden, these people in Yemen and then the Houthi or wherever they are and stuff, they out there saying, well, it's crap. If you all going to do this to these people and stuff, we're going to go out there and raid your ships and stuff that's coming through the straits. Is it right that they're doing it? No. But sometimes the only thing that you can do is to fight and do something else. And that's what they figure. That's why they're doing what they're doing. So I think that I don't know, man. It's Ted. We've been over there in that Middle East ever since Clinton was president. How many years has that been? 40 years ago?
Did you say Clinton?
Yeah.
I think it was Carter.
Might have been Carter too. Yeah. They've been going through that stuff. I remember Yasser Arafat. Isn't that his name?
Yeah.
he was Yasser been dead for I don't know how long. They've been over there messing with their people, man, all these years. They've been fighting and fighting and fighting. And no one has been able to solve whatever problem it is going on over there. Now, I understand that the Jewish people, they have their own thing that they want to live peacefully and everything. But how you gonna live peacefully, man? And after you done just totally destroyed a whole nation of folks, a whole nation of Palestinians. I don't know. It's just beyond me that we continue this whole mess. And because we got Jewish people in this country and people, I'm not an anti-Semite. People hold it. I'm not that. But you Jewish folks know that that's wrong with what's going on there in Gaza. Got to know that that's wrong. And holding those people.
There's a lot of Jewish people that don't want that.
Yeah, you got to know that that's wrong. Somebody in this country and the Jewish APAC or wherever they are and stuff, and I think they need to speak up, man. And I know you support your people over there in Israel, but even if you support someone, you need to say something is wrong. You need to stop that. Stand up, and it doesn't mean that you don't support Jewish folks and stuff in Israel. It doesn't. But you need to speak up when they're doing something wrong. Just like when I see Trump doing something wrong, I'm going to speak up. And what he's doing is wrong. So, but that doesn't mean he's going to stop. But at least I can open my mouth and say something. Because Ted, I just can't, man. 400 people, they done killed, and most of them are children.
Did you say 400?
Right.
When?
According to what they said yesterday,
it was over 40,000.
It might have been, but I heard the number I saw was 400.
No, it's 4,000, bro. 40,000.
4,000. They done killed 40,000 people. 4,000 people.
Yeah, it's over 40,000 now. It might be more. I don't know. Well, I just can't even imagine it, man. Living like that, and here we are. We taking all our guards down too. We're taking all our guards down. Firing people left and right in real crucial agencies. That's soft power. They call it soft power. When they go and help these people in other countries to survive and have a better life, that's our contribution to the world. 1%, 1.5% of our GDP. Yeah, and it ends up being billions of dollars, but still, it's only 1.5%. But I'm going to switch gears and get back on this. FICA, Federal Insurance Contribution Act. That's what they call the payroll tax, which pays out to Social Security and Medicare. Right now, as of this date, we have almost $1.6 trillion in that account. Payroll tax that goes into our Medicare, Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security and Medicare, 1.6. And right now, our Social Security bill is about $1 trillion, a little more than $1 trillion. And our Medicare is a little bit less. It pays for itself because the American people pay for it. I'm tired of hearing it like it's a freebie. And if they raise the amount that should be paid into it, people, once you get over $176,000, they should be unlimited. You make $1 million, you keep on taking the money out. 6.2%. For $1 million, I mean, that's 6.2, you're paying $6,000. That's all you're paying. Come on, man. If you make $2 million, you're only paying $12,000, $13,000. And you got over 23 million people that are multimillionaires here. But then still, they want to sit up here and make that a wedge issue. They're using politics for something that the American people is paying for. And you got these older people out there with signs, don't mess with my Medicare, don't mess with my Social Security. You got these elderly people out there in the street, man. It's not right. It's not right. They playing politics. This is all this is, politics and control. They playing politics with people. And you ought to see them. I go on YouTube and I see all those old people marching, and with signs. Now, whether it do any good, I don't know. Maybe it does. I don't know. But I'm just saying. And these politicians, man, they full of it, man. They're gonna sit there and keep on telling that lie. They gotta make like they earning their living. That's the game they playing. Making like they earning their living. They can't just do the right things and go ahead on and do a 4 years budget. You got to play politics with that every 3 months. These people are just insane, and they keep on electing these jackasses in office.
Keep on. That's what
it don't make no sense, man. The little I know about politics, I mean, I know that much.
People.
How come you can't lay out a 4 years budget? But you got to come, we're going to get shut down. We got to do it. And then it's all over the news. Y'all done played that game too long. Then the news people act like they saying something and all that. They ain't saying nothing. What you should be doing is getting on their ass. How come you don't have a 4 years budget? That's what you should be reporting. But you're going to sit up here and let them play little penny-ante games like they doing something. We got to cut Social Security and Medicare. We got to stop all this Medicaid. Maybe you did something, maybe it won't be as many homeless people that need Medicaid or people that's elderly need Medicaid. and you do the right things, people have more money in Social Security. But you want to play that game? Oh, I make $200,000 a year. Why should I pay more? And it's only a few $1,000s. Playing the game. That's all y'all doing is playing the game, and I don't like it. At least, I'm just saying this. I'm gonna say this. At least once they passed that civil rights bill and all that, at least these people was taking care of business. They was doing a budget every year. And now these clowns that's in these offices now, all they want is more money for themselves. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them. They cheating on the doggone things that they're not supposed to be doing. You got damn senators having podcasts and shit. They take off whenever they want to. They don't work. They take off whenever they want to. Don't show up for work. They got all these goodie packages. They don't have to go to no doggone regular barber shop and talk to the people. They got all that shit right down in the basement. Get their suits clean. Get their haircuts right there in the doggone house. Oh, you want a sauna? Okay. And they got saunas, gymnasiums, all that. They ain't got to go nowhere. They ain't got to talk to you. They ain't even got to walk by you because they got chauffeur driven people. People drive them all over the place. They big shots. Yeah, I said it. They don't live like y'all. They think they're better than y'all. Most of them. And they sitting up here living off the government, living off your tax dollars, and talking shit. Like we all peons. And you're not doing your job. Anyway.
We have in this area where I live at, we have a community newsletter that goes out to all the folks. It's on the internet, on our internet. And it's called Lock Island Neighborhood Newsletter. And these folks on there, Ted. Every now and then I'll look at them and see what's going on because I hate it. They got these dogs. They taking their pictures of their dogs and cats and animals they got. We got 3 hospitals for dogs around here.
My point?
They just built 3 hospitals for dogs.
My point.
I get sick of looking at them people, looking at the newsletter, because eventually I'm going to scroll down and there's going to be somebody that got their dog out there.
My point.
With their little coat on.
Yeah.
Or they'll pick him up and they carry him around and kiss him on him.
Kiss him in the mouth.
Yeah, it's too much. So
damn dogs got diseases in them, bro.
I say that because these folks out here, they think that they just, and I won't say it, that they shit don't stink. But they had something in one of the news flashes that came across my screen here on our little newsletter. And they said, what's wrong with these people? They living in tents now on the side of our highway. Where they come from?
As they spend $5,000 a year for their dogs and
You,
cats.
and they wrote it and they put it in there. I don't know why they doing all this. These people need a place to stay at, man. They homeless. They done lost their job. They living in their cars. So the only other place they got to live is on the side of the highway. They built their tents on the side of the highway, but they
And
don't like that.
you better not build no doggone cheap housing around that neighborhood.
Yeah, man, they said that they don't like that. The man said, I don't like that. They should. I don't know why they on the side of this highway. We got to look at that. I said, oh my God, are
Where
these
they gonna chase them off to, Ed?
are these folks here so out of touch that they have no idea what's going on outside their community? And now that it has came into their view, into their purview, they're looking at it and stuff, and they appalled by it. Oh, they are messing up our landscape. They got tents going up. Somebody need to do something about it.
Why don't y'all do something about it?
That's where this country is going to. There's the middle class is going away. You're either going to be rich or you're going to be poor. That's it.
You know what? We've been knowing that for a long time.
Yeah.
But you said it. You said it. If you ain't worth $5 to $10 million or more, you can forget about it, bro. So that's why I say we live porn. Money is the new porn. Money is the new porn, bro. Because these people, man, and I'm not I'm not putting down nobody when it comes to their lifestyle, living in a nice house, maybe a 6, 7 bedroom house, and you got your two nice luxury home cars, and you got your nice 6-figure job. Maybe your wife might have a 6-figure job too, and that's fine. That's wonderful. You made it. But doggone it, you know, Jesus himself said the poor will always be with you. But you ain't got to be, you ain't got to be hardcore and just like no pay attention to these people. If you see people, they up in your area, somebody you need to call somebody, these nonprofit organizations
To help
to
and
help
to give
and to contribute.
and to
And say,
give, to
hey, we're going
contribute,
to
to
go
do
around in the
something
community and
because
we're going to collect money and help this nonprofit organization and get these people off the street so that they can have a place to stay or
that's
something.
absolutely. That's exactly what I brought that up and everything and talk about it. You're going to tell me that somebody better do something about it when all you got to do is to give just a little bit more. You got it to give. It ain't Ted. These folks around here, man, they got it to. It ain't like they don't have it. Most of these houses around here, if you ain't got $1 million, you can't stay here. If you can afford to live in $1 million home, you can afford to give a little bit more to keep that man from, or a woman, or whoever it is, who got that tent on the side of the highway. They ain't staying in that tent for nothing. I don't think anybody wants to be homeless. That's all I got to say. What's your final word, Ted?
Final word is we spend $1 trillion a year on autos. We spend 150 billion on pets. You got cars sitting there you don't even use. Some of y'all got 3, 4 cars, 4 or 5 pets. What about the people? You say you love America. What about the people? Do you love the people? Come on, United States. I'm a patriot. I love America. Do you love the people? Maybe you love the people, but maybe you don't love all the people. But you go to church every Sunday, and that's good for you. So that's on you. Especially when you making all kind of money, you got it. That's on you. If your heart is that hard, and you know what God says about that. He will turn you over to a reprobate. Make your heart as hard as steel, and you end up as a reprobate. Anyway, no, I ain't gonna go. I don't want to go there. But I'm just saying, that's crazy, man. People care about pets more than they care about their damn people. And ain't nothing wrong with caring about pets.
The just shall live by faith. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Woo!
Amen.